Hey guys, welcome to the Turbo Hybrid Grand Prix series. Today is going to be a bit different. I'm actually going to be commentating the races. Suppose we're not actually going it because mostly they try to go early, which they did this time too. But I didn't allow them to, even though I probably could have, but it just things happened. So I have a capture card. That's what's being used right now, like you can tell here. I have a capture card, and let's see what they're saying here. I'm gonna have some extra odds and ends graphics things, not right now, but I'll have like track stuff though at least. Wait, yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna join the party. Okay. So, yeah. Let's hope this works out well. So, yeah, I think that's good. But I completely forgot, before I get too deep into anything, I hate doing this, but you're all gonna have to see a, well, two things here, probably. I don't do that. Oh shoot! No 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 no. It's not how I want it. It's not how I want it. That is not how I want it. Okay, I'm gonna have a new scene here. I almost forgot about this, so I'm gonna go ahead and say, since it's pretty obvious, I am going to do these track guides right before the races. So let's just leave that there, and we're having one for both of the races. Not that. We're having one for both of the races for today. This is why I like having a capture card. And why is it like that? Stop. Okay. We'll make sure that one's rewinded too. There we go. So go soon. Oh my God! Stop. So as soon as we click them, clearly they'll play. So back to this. Okay. That should be good. I've probably been invited. So let's yep. Whoops. So let's join that invitation. Alright. That should be good, yeah. Alright. It's my freaking Logan here. I'm game player there. He's over here wanting me to go live, not realizing that I'm not doing it on my Twitch. I'm doing it on our YouTube. So Jared just asked if I was gonna join. I'm here, but okay. I'm gonna try and be more professional in the future, but for now, this is about all I got. Okay. I'm gonna try and find the link to the stream here. They're probably gonna want me to stream, and they don't know that I am, so they're gonna be confused. So, probably they're not readying up. Told them I'm not joining the party, daggone it. Okay. But, yeah, that's good. Oh. Honestly, if you guys are watching, I'll probably put in the chat too. I say we start. This is the scheduled time. I know I was a little bit late, but ignore that. This A5 doesn't even have to kill race day to help the title stuff if we just don't let him race here. Well, you know, if we don't wait on him, I mean. So, I do too. By the way, I'm eating peanut butter crackers while we sit here and wait. Who left? Who left? I don't know who that was. Oh, it was Logan. So, this is going to be our first race of the league without race day, who's the points leader, who's been dominating all season. So we'll see how this goes. This is like freaking Lewis Hamilton missing out at the Secure GP. And I mean, it's time to go. I don't think we should wait. Especially he's over here wanting us to wait 20 minutes. Nah. I was 5 minutes late, but I was kind of busy getting changed for money, and I'm about to get a new phone. So I'm worried about that. But, yeah, I didn't really have much of a choice to be late. He's over here freaking updating his game. So. And for reference, I'm going to only do the track guide at the race, not the qualifying like they do in real life. Because I didn't know this until, I don't know when, but they do the track guide in real life in FP1, FP2, FP3, qualifying, and the race. Every single one of those. But in the game, they only do it in the race. That's all I had to go off of before. But now I know. So I won't do that. I'm definitely going to be making some graphics as well for stuff like this. So here we go. We have, that's Jarrett, but right now it shows Brandon on pole into turn 1. Jarrett, oh no, he goes back to second. Oh, he's back to first though. But Jarrett, we're all American here except for Jarrett, and he's Canadian, and this is Canada. So he's been wanting this home win. I want him to get this home win. We were teammates at Williams. I was the main driver there, but now I'm commentating, of course. But I hope he gets this home win. And right now, he's on track to get pole. So it's Jarrett, Brandon, Big Z, Logan, and A5. And Jarrett's had this lead for this provisional pole for quite some time here. So into the hairpin, he dips his wheels in the grass. That's not going to be good for time. And we'll see where he comes out here. He's still in the lead on the straight. And since the cars are unrealistic, it really just depends on the kind of exits you get. And I guess he didn't get such a bad one, even though that hairpin was not great. Into the final chicane comes Jarrett. Flies through, dips a wheel in the grass. Jarrett gets pole in his home race by about 1.5 seconds. Incredible. And I have to go let my cat out of my room because she's retarded. So I'll be back. Jarrett by 1.5 seconds gets pole position. That's race day levels, so this could be a really good home win for Jarrett. I should probably be looking at the chat as well, but my phone was about to die, so I didn't do that. Because I don't know if any of the people here are watching, but there was Jarrett with pole position. So here we are at Canada Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. A very fun track, street circuit. Is it a street circuit? I'm not sure. With, is it 2 DRS zones? And, wow, that was fast. So, here we are ready to go racing. That was very bad performing there with that. But I thought they were about to go green. And I didn't want that to happen. Here we go. 5 red lights. And we're underway here at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Jarrett front pole. Straight to, well, keeps the lead. In the back though, Big Z gets around Brandon. Logan and Brandon bumping for 3rd place, this final spot on the podium. But Jarrett, the hometown hero, or the home country hero, in the lead, already pulling a gap. Me and him practiced here a few hours ago, and it was a pretty fun practice session, but he didn't do that great in our practice race, but he's doing very well here. So here comes Big Z looking to maybe get Jarrett here. There's the predicted pit strategy. It's a 1-stop, lap 7 most likely, going from softs to mediums, being on mediums for 12 laps. Big Z is there. He's pressuring Jarrett probably into damage there. I don't think we can quite see the damage. I wish we could see the damage menu to see exactly if he does or not. But here he comes into the final chicane. Can the hometown hero lead the very first lap from pole position? He indeed can. And I don't even know what happened to A5 there. I didn't even realize that. He's way back. Back to the lead though. And the lead is already a little bit spread out. For Montreal, this is a little bit of a different experience. Oh, we get sideways, but let's go on board with the hometown hero here of Canada. We practice here quite a bit. He wants to win, and we all know this is probably our only chance to win a race because race day's not here. He'll probably be here for Monza unless he rages and just doesn't. He'll probably get on Monza just to try and win again. He won't try, he will. As Jarrett goes wide, I don't know why the TV camera was that there for a second, but Jarrett did pull a second gap. But look at Big Z. The 21 car of Jarrett, the 24 car of Big Z, and the 57 of Brandon. Oh, Logan. I don't know if Logan intentionally dropped back or anything, but something happened here, and A5 is no longer last. He's up to fourth. Logan in the Mercedes is in last. Oh, here comes Big Z to lead the second lap and snatch the fastest lap. He'll take the lead. There's race day. Oh, Jarrett, that's definitely wing damage. He almost discombobulated Big Z there. Into the chicane here. The Sebastian Vettel 2019 chicane. Oh, Big Z wrecks completely. He's still wrecking, but he saved it. Oh, nope, his tires have got to be shot after that. So Jarrett back into the lead here with Brandon second. Looked like the DRS was open there. I really couldn't tell. But Logan back ahead of A5 here. I don't know what this battle for dead last is going. And Big Z's around. Let's see what happens here when Logan gets close to him. I don't know if they're going to throw a yellow for that, because that's not up to me. It's the three admins of Jarrett, Brandon, and Logan. I am the owner, but since I'm doing this, I don't think it'd be necessary for me to even be the caller of that. Although I am the one not racing, so I'd probably be less biased. But I couldn't really relay the message to the drivers when I'm not in the party. But Jarrett smacks the wall to allow Brandon to lead lap 3. It's been different leaders at the end of every single lap in this race. And my cat's trying to get in after she just left. I'm not letting that happen. But Big Z, after spinning 12 times, is into his pits right to the medium. So lap 3 for Big Z. The predicted normal strategy was lap 7 for mediums. At least set lap 7 to 12. It depends. Most likely it'll be lap 7 or 8. Or could it all be lap 7? They're all different teams on the grid, so there's no double stacking issues here. There would be if I was still in the Williams with Jarrett, but Brandon has pulled a gap here. Of course, not a second gap, not a second long gap, but he's probably gonna have that now. But Jarrett will still have DRS. Brandon pulls over. I'm not sure what that was for. But yeah, Jarrett with DRS can definitely still lead this lap into this last chicane. I think it's exactly what Brandon and Big Z did. But that will not happen this time. Jarrett's still with DRS though as we go on board. Will he send one? No, he will not. Oh, maybe. He won't send it, but he was thinking about it. You could tell there in his movements. Looks like he's pressuring Brandon here. It is a 2-car battle right now. And if you haven't seen the other 4 races, nobody streamed races 3 and 4, Bahrain, Short, and Shanghai, China. But pretty much, at least even Austria and whatever the second race was of that, Britain, it was always race day and Brandon. And Brandon really showing his form here as A5 is pitting. So Big Z, A5's out. Big Z pitted at the end of lap 3, A5 pitted at the end of lap 4. We'll see how these other guys react, most importantly Brandon and Jarrett, because those guys are the two battling for the race win right now, the race lead. And Jarrett is not 9/10 behind this time, he's 5/10, so if they don't pit here, and they still race on, Jarrett can very easily get Brandon in. Into the final chicane, he's going for it, it looks like. Oh, Brandon completely cuts that corner. If I were up to that, I would say that he needs to give the spot back because that was completely cutting there. And Jarrett doesn't. Jarrett thinks better of it. I think we're going to have to consider if something happens here. We're going to have to consider a penalty for Brandon there because I know, I doubt nobody told him to give him the spot back except for Jarrett because he's the only other one that can see this battle. And he's also probably a little bit biased. But Brandon completely cut there. And Logan, I doubt he left. He probably lagged out. But looks like the battle for the win is between the top two anyway, unless a safety car comes out, which I don't foresee that happening. Because before we were going to make it to where a set thing had to happen for a safety car. But now it's a judgment call between the three admins who are now Brandon, Logan, and Jarrett. They were Brandon, Logan, and me. But Jarrett absolutely sends it. Bad idea looks like from him. I wouldn't be surprised if Jarrett has damage. If I were him, I'd probably pit now. I'm not sure actually. But I probably would pit at least now. Because he's able to keep up with Brandon. And I don't think Brandon has any damage. But they both cut there, that's fine. See, if it's like two people cut there, and Logan's typing in the chat. But if like two people cut there, I think that's kind of okay. Not really. But like, it's only between these two anyhow. Yeah, Logan's in an invite because he lagged out. I will fulfill those needs. Brandon's still leading here. Yeah, he said he lagged out. Shoot. Game player, is it 88? I don't even know what his thing is, dude. Yeah. Alright. No. Okay. So we are back with Brandon and Jarrett still battling for the lead. Brandon still has the lead, but goes quite wide there. Now, we did say the pit window, or the predicted pit strategy was at the end of lap 7 to be the earliest, which pretty much looks like it's gonna be for the people that didn't have any issue. But both Brandon and Jarrett stay out. Looked like Jarrett was thinking about pitting. He did not. Oh, I thought Jarrett was gonna get past there, but he may have got blocked. I'm not sure. I didn't get a very good angle of that, but let's go back on board here. Oh my, Jarrett, I'm not sure what his traction control is on, but it is really, he's trying to get on the gas really early, and I think that's costing him. But once again, really fast here. Can he get around Brandon? Brandon goes a little bit of a weird line. Looks like Brandon is conserving energy because of what his back of his car says. Big Z gets around Logan's AI. That is not Logan's AI anymore. Not sure what that was. Okay. So let's just do a race rundown here. Brandon leading, who's been holding off Jarrett for this whole time. Jarrett second, who went really wide. Rear tire smacks the wall. Depending on how their pit stops go and how they handle the medium tires, medium compound, that could be it for Jarrett. Big Z in third, Logan in fourth, and A5 in last. Now let's see, Brandon doesn't pit. I'm surprised that Jarrett didn't pit either. I'm telling you, if I were him, I wouldn't split this race in half. I would probably do at least like 7 laps on softs and the rest on mediums, but I guess he thinks different. I really want to be Jarrett's crew chief. That's part of the thing. Maybe we can get in the party together. You all couldn't hear him anyway. But at the same time, I can't be commentator crew chief. So, I don't know. It's kind of like a freaking real person motorsport manager, but also with commentating, which that's not going to go well. Oh, Jarrett in the grass. Big Z pits again. And Logan pits for the first time here. Let's check out Logan's pit stop for the Mercedes pit crew. Doesn't do that well. I don't know if that was Logan's in or Mercedes. Big Z's already back out. And A5 gets on the podium because of these two pitting. So there goes Big Z out ahead of Logan by quite the margin. Logan's exit from his pit box was pretty bad. So we still have Brandon and Jarrett. Jarrett still has DRS, yet he was 1.4 seconds behind Brandon. When are they going to pit? This wouldn't even be splitting it halfway. There goes Jarrett. I think that was a wise call. He completely annihilated the pit board, but I think that was a wise call there for Jarrett. Although I think he should have done it much earlier. I don't know if Jeff told him anything. I don't know if anybody else talked him out of it. But out comes Jarrett. still in second because A5 in third. Just now come to the hairpin. Big Z actually bumps A5 in the right rear wheel. And they are side by side here. Whoa, Big Z swings wide there. Man. Big Z 2-3rd in the podium spots. A5, I don't know, I don't know that, I'm not going to count that as a cut, but that was a very weird move. And look at this. There's going to be more of a battle for the last podium spots than there is the win right now because of Jarrett's decisions. But, the final podium spot going between Big Z, A5, and Logan. But right now we have Brandon. He's definitely going to have to pit here. I'm not sure why he didn't before. He is in now. Let's see how this goes for him. We should keep an eye on Jarrett. Jarrett gained 2 seconds there. So that could be the 2 seconds he needs. We'll see. Can Ferrari do a good pit stop? That was a lot better than the Mercedes, I can tell you that. Here comes Jarrett flying through the last chicane. Jarrett might take the lead here, and he does! Jarrett, with the fastest lap, takes the race lead back. The hometown hero. Brandon just now getting out of the pits. Just getting on those mediums that much sooner did that much of a difference here. That Jarrett, with 8 laps to go, is right now looking for a hometown win. Home country win. But I'm telling you, that's why I thought he should pit on the mediums much sooner, because he's going to gain even more time. Although Brandon probably would have quickly responded to even that. But still, like the fact that they prolonged it also helped Big Z, Logan, and A5 there, but they're not anywhere near. The only way anybody but Jarrett is going to win is a safety car. Unless Jarrett bottles it, then that's a different story. But here we have A5 in the pits as my controller battery is low. A5 is out of the pits and still dead last. Surprised he pitted because they were having a nice battle there for the final spot on the podium. But Brandon here, of course, by the end of the race is going to be on 1 lap fresher mediums. But the fact that they drew it out so long, that's not going to mean anything for Brandon. So Jarrett maybe pitting later could have helped. That is such an odd strategy. I would have never thought about that it might just work. Because, I mean, Brandon only gained 3/10 in his outlap there. And, we'll just have to see how it goes here. So right now it is Williams, Ferrari, Renault, Mercedes, McLaren as it stands. But Jarrett doing really well here. He did practice a lot. And, of course he wanted to practice a lot because it's his home race. And he's the only one that isn't American in this league. So it actually means probably more to him than something like a US win would mean to any of us. Because the USA, I think it's like the 3rd to last race. Yeah, because it goes USA, Mexico, Brazil. Brazil is, of course, the finale. But Brandon lost 3/10 that he gained on his outlap right there. I'm not sure what happened, but he lost 3/10. So Jarrett is doing very well for himself out in front. You see Brandon in the picture there losing even more time. Jarrett, fastest lap. We do a point for fastest lap just like real life F1 as well. So that actually does mean something, which was like a 1:11.9 it looked like. He got a 1:11.7 with a little bit of cutting, I think. More so than he did there. It wasn't horrible. He is really exceeding his luck though. Like, he's exceeding the track limits everywhere. But I don't know if I don't want this to turn into the next IndyCar, or when they go to Circuit of the Americas, they completely take a wide line. But Brandon, we were mentioning how he lost 3/10 going from 3 seconds to 3.3. He lost an entire second and a tenth, going from 3 seconds to 4.1. But he gains it back there. Did Jarrett maybe? No, I thought he was in the hairpin. He might have just overshot it. That's why he gained time. But I guess not. But Jarrett right now is on track for a home country victory here. We'll see how this goes. But he is gone. Like, unless... I'm not even sure if penalties are exactly on or if that's like up to us. Because we don't have stewards. So I kind of think they should be on. But if they are, then there'll be penalties, and they definitely aren't. So I'm not sure, but I know in F1 there's no commercial breaks, so I can't use that. Oh, no, Jared, that is definitely wing damage. Is that actually going to make this home country win a little bit harder, or possibly quite a bit harder? Because look at there, Brandon lost those 3/10, lost a second and a tenth, came back to 3.5 tenths, or 3 seconds and a half tenths behind. I think this wing damage is most definitely going to impact Jarrett in this home country victory. I look at how hot his brakes are. But Brandon isn't really gaining too much on him here. He's keeping it consistent. As I say that, he loses a ton more time. This is a race day top beat right now with Jarrett. And it was a weird strategy call that oddly looks like it's going to work out. You see Brandon way in the distance there. But Jarrett... Did he lag out? I think Jarrett lagged out. I'm going to go ahead and invite him. Oh my lord. Because I know you can hop back in. Sir Pug the V. Load PlayStation. Oh my goodness. This completely just turned the tide of the race. Not only did Jarrett get wing damage, but now he's an AI that I have no idea what percentage it is. He gained some time there, so I think he's back. I never saw a Jarrett join back though. He's definitely not. That's an AI for sure. He's going so much slower, and he's not joined back yet. This may have just handed Brandon the victory here with Jarrett's internet. A5 definitely cut there. I think if we're going to do a fastest lap, we're giving it to Jarrett, because that was clearly a whole second faster. A5's been nowhere this race. It's completely unrealistic. So we're handing that to Jarrett. I kind of feel bad as is. There he is. He's back. He could still make something out of this. If he can quickly get into his AI, I'm going to actually keep on his AI. The turns is just so slow. Before turn 1, he needs to be in the car to do anything good. I think Brandon's got it now. 3 laps to go. Jarrett's still not back. I mean, he's back, but he's not. I don't think he knows how to get in the car straight away. That just handed Brandon the race victory. That is kind of scummy. I don't really like that. That is kind of BS. I really think, I don't know how they do it. I think they literally have the AI on 0. So if you pause, you know, you can't like fly away on a higher difficulty. But when things like this happen where you lag out and you lose the lead by 4 seconds because of that BS, that's just not right at all. Whoa. There's a splurge of rain there. That is rain. It's raining. Could they maybe need to make the move to enters? What a change of condition so fast. It's only giving me the interval between Brandon and nobody, because that interval's from Logan to Big Z. Huh. But Brandon, of course, out in front from that. See what Jarrett does. Of course doesn't pit, because it's definitely not time for that yet. And it's A5 pulling alongside the racetrack. Is he retiring? He's just going through the grass here. He's just going through the grass in the wet. I don't know. And there goes Jarrett, sliding sideways. The hometown victory is going to be dashed by the fact that he lagged out. I tried to invite him. That's pretty much biased, because I didn't do that with Logan, because I completely... Look at there. I think it's time. But, DR's disabled. Jarrett's... Dude. Maybe it would have been better, probably, if they pitted for enters the last lap. So we're going to have a 1 lap to go. Could strategies alter? I don't know if anybody gave him permission to cut there because of what happened with BS, but he did cut there. Oh, Brandon's off. Brandon. This race gets crazier every second. They're going to need to pit for intermediates. Brandon's pit crew was great last time. Let's see what they can do here. I mean, if he's going to pit, he may stay out. I'm not sure. I would pit. Brandon does indeed pit. I knew that was going to happen. Jarrett stays out. That was going to have to happen. I'm actually not sure what's better. The mediums aren't horrible right now. It's just DRS was disabled, so that's kind of like a sign. But Brandon, in for intermediates, who may have just gave the win back to Jarrett. Because I was thinking everybody was... Oh, no. His crew didn't even get him. He stayed on the mediums. Ferrari just pulled the biggest Ferrari move ever. There's A5 stopped on the racetrack or in the grass. Jarrett, the hometown win, is still alive. After all that, this race has been down to Jarrett and Brandon. Jarrett can't hold a straight line, of course, because he's on slick tires in the wet. But what can you do? Big Z pitting, I assume for intermediates, maybe to try and hold Logan off, who's spun out here. Everyone having issues, or at least has had an issue at some point in this race. Big Z on the intermediate, so Logan just stopped on the racetrack. Oh, yeah, Logan stopped right in front of where Jarrett is going by now. Maybe he knew Jarrett was coming by, so he was just waiting on him. Jarrett sliding the tires. Going on the back straight for the final time here in Canada. Jarrett, his home country. This has been a roller coaster. He got disconnected because of lag. He lost 4 seconds, which is what Brandon was behind him. There was no way Brandon was going to win at that point. Jarrett lagged out. He came back in 4 seconds back, like I said. And somehow, through work of miracles, Jarrett wins the Canadian Grand Prix. What a race that was. Let's look back here. Brandon crossing the line, probably really upset. I would not doubt it. He deserves to be upset, but at the same time, it would have been wrong if Jarrett didn't win at that point anyway. What a crazy turn of events here. This is... Jarrett would know this is Canada weather right here. Straight from not too cloudy to pouring rain. Like instantly, really. That's pretty much what it was. But it looks like Big Z is going to snatch this final podium spot because Logan and A5 both finished 1 lap down. What a finish that was. What a race that was. That was chaotic. And this sounds like Jared's spamming me. I'm so happy for him. That was awesome. Big Z crosses the line to get the final podium spot. And Jarrett wins at Canada. Big Z gets the driver of the day. What a race that was. We've never had a race like this. Okay, I think we're going to vote here who... now, A5's saying that's BS if he doesn't get the fastest lap. He was a second ahead. No, that's BS in itself. You cut, clearly. He's over here saying he only cut because Logan did. Logan didn't get the fastest lap, did he? You can literally cut and let off, and you wouldn't get it anyway. So now Logan's saying admins, I assume we're going to decide. I say Jarrett gets the fastest lap because his was legit. Oh, Brandon's mad. That doesn't surprise me. Of course, it's just like the Secure GP. The one race where Race State wasn't in it was freaking fantastic. And now he's back in the races. So that's kind of sad. I wonder, well, Logan does points, so we'll see how that goes. But, And now Brandon's complaining about his pit crew. They didn't even do anything. That's just the most Ferrari thing that ever happens. You're not taking anything from him, dude. Oh my god. So I think it's official. Jarrett got the fastest lap, and A5 did not. So we're back into qualifying, this time at Monza, and we have race day with us. I'm actually curious. I don't know why he's last. Let's go back up to the leaders here. Is A5. I cannot go find the leader. A5. Oh nope. It is Brandon who has provisional pole. Jarrett to last. I'm not sure what happened to him. So it's Brandon, Big Z, Logan, race day, A5, Jarrett currently. So right now Brandon is on track to maybe get redemption from Canada and win Monza. Race day, of course. I think he was just trying to play with people, kind of like Lewis Hamilton does. Yep. And he was acting like he was going to do bad at the start of qualifying, and he's going to fly away with the win. Or with pole. And the win. We all know it. A5. He didn't lag out. He definitely left. He was getting mad. Race day with a very poor Ascari. And race day's in the grass. I don't know what race day just did there. But he definitely handed the pole position to Brandon. If Brandon doesn't send Parabolica here. Through the Parabolica, it goes Brandon to the pole position. Looks like Jarrett second. Big Z second. Jarrett third. Race day fourth. Logan fifth, and A5 probably won't be racing because he's mad. So we'll see. I don't know if it said he left the session, so he didn't just retire. But Logan's still trying to finish his lap. I don't know what's going on there. There we go. So Brandon, at least for qualifying, gets redemption for Canada. Brandon by a second and a half on Big Z. Jarrett ends third. Still a second and a half. They were really close, Big Z and Jarrett were. Race day in fourth because he just lost it. I don't know what happened there. He's probably just angry from before. And yeah, Logan 18 seconds off, and A5 didn't qualify. Probably isn't going to race. It would not. I wouldn't doubt it. But anyways, so here's the Monza racetrack. Is the fastest track on the F1 calendar. It is probably the most fun track. Pierre Gasly most recently won here. And what a fun race that was, which also conveniently had Lewis Hamilton misfortune. So we keep referring to Lewis here. But that is the track of Monza. I feel like I performed that a little bit better than I did Canada there. But we're ready for the Italian Grand Prix. I think this is going to be a fun race, unless race day just flies away with it and there's no competition. Because even race day hasn't been necessarily dominating. Brandon has been battling him as well. So here we go. I don't know why the game waits till the lights are out to give me my options, but the lights out and away we go. Brandon in the lead with Big Z second. Can Big Z beat him before the first chicane? He gets ahead before he gets near the first chicane here. Oh, Jared gets annihilated by A5. That had to have been a safety car. They're all good and going except for A5. But I feel like that had to be a safety car. They're going full throttle though. I don't think they called it. That should have been a safety car, I think. But I don't know. If they didn't call it, they didn't call it. Oh, Big Z sends one on Brandon. And Big Z definitely loses out in doing so. Jarrett and Logan battling now for 4th place. At this stage, Jarrett... Oh, yeah, he's not doing too well. I think at this stage, Jarrett's going to need to pull off some alternate strategy. Alternative. And looky here. Race Day and Brandon battling, as always. Race Day takes the lead. But Brandon has been having a better car here. Did in qualifying. As I say, that gets a horrible one now. I still assume there's no safety car. Brandon's like gone though. Yeah, I figured A5 left. Brandon's just like not driving. I don't know what's happening. Is he trying to send Big Z because of earlier? I don't know. But there goes Race Day on to win the race. Big Z second with Brandon third. Jarrett fourth and Logan way back in fifth. Of course, A5 and his AI here. Oh, Jarrett looked like he was looking for a move on Brandon. Decided not to do it here. Oh, man, he was right on him again. And there goes Logan, going straight through the chicane. I don't know if they allowed him to do that to catch up, but maybe. Big Z retired. He didn't even like DNF it. Well, I mean, DNF clearly, but oh, there goes Jarrett. What happened to Big Z? Like, it's not even like he can come back in and do anything with that now. Oh, Logan and Jared are off the racetrack. They've got to call a safety car for that. It's between the admins. It's the admin's call here. But, are they not calling that? I figured the 3 admins, at least 2 of them out of the 3 would say yes because they were part of the incident. But that's dumb if they didn't call that. They didn't call it? Well, okay then. But Race Day leads. What a race Canada was. I'm to that stage. Looks like there actually is a safety car. Race Day slowed way down. I'd say Logan and Jarrett complained enough to where they called it, because that was insane. I don't know why they wouldn't call that. Oh, did Brandon... Big Z's texting me saying that I can thank Brandon for his DNF, I suppose. For complaining about the bump, I'm considering just not racing. So that's what happened. Logan, what are you doing? That's 2 laps in a row, but I mean, it is a yellow flag. Alright. Well, let's see when we're going here. I actually don't know how to tell when they're going off here. Let's guess when they start going fast again. But Logan needs to catch back up. A5 is there. They have to go. We'll just let A5 pass. I think A5 should get last place points. A5's AI is just chilling behind him. Yeah, that's annoying. Well, I don't know why they're not letting him pass. Oh my god. There you go. So A5, it's definitely going to say won the race. He definitely hasn't. I don't know if they're green now just to try and still have a chance to get past his AI. I actually don't see how they wouldn't, because it's just that his AI is going to be in the way, but the AI difficulty is so low. And there goes Jared in the gravel and Logan around again. Logan and Jared. It's been these 2 a lot this race. Are they calling that again? Probably not, because they're going to think they did it on purpose. That definitely didn't look on purpose. Looked like Jared hit the gravel, Logan hit his rear end, and that just killed him. But looks like Race Day takes back the lead, basically keeps the lead. Whoa! A5's AI side swaps, and Brandon Oh, I see. He had to take A5's AI out. They gotta throw it for that now. He still didn't freaking DNF though. But yeah, this is why I remember in Alex's leagues, you know, if you freaking retired like that, then you got penalized. I think A5 deserves to get penalized there, because it's just obnoxious as AI racing on the track. It's annoying. How about you DNF yourself like Big Z didn't DNF himself, but he DNF'd and then leave, because now you're about to kill Jarrett. A5 penalized. There's no question. Oh, something happened to race day. He's in dead last. I wasn't paying attention because I'm texting chats here, but Brandon to the race lead. Jarrett in second here. So we're back to the two from Canada in Italy now. And of course, Jarrett with the DRS going to have the advantage. It's kind of the whole point of it, to help overtaking. Not clear at all though. Brandon's going to sail it into the corner. It's going to do bumps. Jarrett should cross him over, but it won't work. Brandon gets the better traction as Logan off the racetrack, as we still have race day battling A5 here. Of course, A5 is going to defend himself. I'm just going to kick him now. He's being really annoying. Something happened to Jarrett. Him fall back to fourth here. Oh. I bet you that's why. They're still trying to get him off the track. How can I tell you anything? Oh, I'm kicking him. I couldn't tell what happened there. This race is weird. And of course, race day cutting his every single bit of the track, trying to gain an advantage to get back up through here. Oh, I didn't realize the pit strategy once again was lap 7 to 12. 12 was at the very least, because that's the the farthest away you can go without pitting. Oh, speaking of pitting, Jarrett hits for mediums now. So Logan getting ahead here. But Jarrett out in dead last behind A5's annoying AI. Oh my god. So Logan, currently P3. Probably not actually. Probably actually because he's on mediums. Did he pit already or did he start on mediums? Because he is that kind of person that would do that, where he starts on mediums and goes to softs, which really, it's not worth. I mean, it could be, but I feel like it's not for something like this. But anyway, Brandon might actually get redemption here if his Ferrari pit crew doesn't pull what they did at Canada. Because he has a 3-second gap on even race day, and he pits now. Speaking of race day pits now, I'm shocked that race day didn't extend it a lap, but he does know that if he does that, quite possibly he could have a disadvantage here. So Brandon's in, pits on mediums. Race day actually may hurt Brandon's momentum here because of the pit stop, or the other way around. I really, or it looks like they're about even actually. We have to see who gets out of pit road better here. There goes Logan, who hasn't pitted yet, to the race lead. But Brandon and Race Day are out of the pits. Brandon quite far ahead in the provisional lead right now because, of course, Logan hasn't pitted. And Race Day is just making a ton of mistakes here that is really preventing him from doing much. A5's AI pits should be out of the way for the rest of this race, I would hope. But Logan battling Brandon for the lead when Logan, I assume, still has to pits. I'm actually not sure. But Logan's been in so many incidents, I feel like there's no way. He had to have started on mediums. And regardless, he's in the gravel. He's spun out. Almost hits a race day there. And, is he retiring? He's just like pulling over. He's gonna make Jarrett wreck with him here. He stays back. Resets the track, and looks like, unless there's a safety car, that is definitely that for Logan's podium hopes. Oh, race day did gain because he was like 3.3, and now he's gained twice of that amount. He went from 3.3 to 1.8 here. It'd be 1.7, I think, or 1.65, but I don't know math. But here comes Brandon with 5 to go. And look at race day. This is Pierre Gasly, Carlos Sainz vibes right now, with a Ferrari and a Red Bull, which this is like typical, you know, possible, not typical necessarily, but possible 2018 Monza or something. Definitely not possible 2020 Monza. And Logan definitely hadn't pitted, or he got damaged or something, but he's pitting now for softs. I know why he does mediums to softs though. I think he thinks that he's not going to get a good position, finish position anyway. So he goes for the softs because, of course, the track evolution, and goes for fastest lap. So that's just typically what he does. Race day, you can see, is within the second here, down, coming towards Ascari. Brandon and Race day, I'm betting, are going to have a great battle here. If Brandon doesn't choke it, because he really... Oh, Race day chokes it! That really gave me some freaking Max Verstappen Turkish Grand Prix flashbacks when he spun around, but that was a lot more fast and violent. Logan still had to deal with A5's AI there, but it's fine. But Race Day just gave it up, and there's no way he's winning this race now unless there's a safety car, but at the rate we're at now, oh, Jarrett almost pulled a Charles Leclerc there when he went full on. But there he goes. There's no way Race Day comes back from this without a safety car. So we'll have to see what happens. But Brandon seriously looking at a redemption here from Canada. I keep bringing that up, but he was so mad because, of course, he was going on inters, but his Ferrari, being typical Ferrari strategist, just completely made him pretty much have a drive-through and not even pit, which I don't think he should have pitted anyway because those mediums look fine enough. But if he did get to inters, he really could have made something happen because he gained 2 seconds on Jarrett when they were both on mediums. But he's trying to get redemption here from that race. And we'll just see what happens. Coming to 3 laps remaining in the Italian Grand Prix. Brandon really just got given this race win. I mean, race day's going for it. Gained about 2 seconds that lap, actually. So he still has a shot. I actually need to keep an eye on him. He could be cutting because I've not been paying attention. But if he's cutting pretty much at all, then we're going to have to do something about that. He goes really wide in Parabolica. If strict corner cutting was on just then, he would have, of course, fastest lap, he would have barely made it within the range, or else he'd get a warning. But I think he was in there. Yeah, I don't consider that cutting. We're just gonna have to see. Jarrett just completely cuts that chicane. I don't know if that's allowed. Probably not. I'm really confused because now Jarrett is going to be not far behind Race Day, who is really pushing to try and catch Brandon for this race win. Race Day going winless in an entire session of 2 races. I mean, he wasn't there for the first race, so that's not entirely fair to say, but it happened. I mean, possibly. If it does happen, then I can say it happened. But here comes Brandon through the Ascari chicane. Let's check Race Day here. That's about typical exceeding. That's not even cutting necessarily. So Brandon better watch out. But that was only 1 second that time, which is still a lot of time. But that was only 1 second. And Jarrett looking like he's going to get his home country win. We already know we got that. But it looks like he's going to get a podium here as well. I know he's going for fastest lap, but he completely cut that chicane. So if he gets it, that's kind of like an A5 thing. We're giving that to Race Day. Like same thing with A5. Jarrett literally completely cut turn 1. I don't know if he just wanted that for the aesthetic or what, but that's going to Race Day. Race Day still could win too. 2 seconds. Alright. Oh, Logan pits for more sauce. Trying to go for the fastest lap with 1 to go, which he could possibly get. I'm going to have to look compared to Race Day now, and not compared to Jared's, because that was a complete cut. Dude, Race Day very well and truly could still win this race. Coming to 1 lap to go in the Italian Grand Prix. I won't even lie. If I was in Brandon's shoes, I would be mortified right now. And I'd probably be making a bunch of mistakes. But Race Day without DRS there, which is just like the Gasly-Carlos Sainz relation there. So we'll see what happens. Brandon, I think, brakes really smoothly there. Tries to be cautious with it. Tries not to be too aggressive. But the fact that he wasn't too aggressive allowed Race Day to be right on him. I think Jarrett just wants a view of this win. I kind of respect it. But here comes Race Day around the outside with the turn to the inside of Brandon. Brandon doors him. Brandon cuts there. I think Race Day is going to have his little squeaky voice being like, ah! And freaking being mad if Brandon wins this. Oh, he makes a mistake anyway. I don't know how we're going to call that, though, if Brandon does win, because that was definitely a cut. There goes Jarrett in the gravel again. Race Day still easily has a chance to win this even after that cut. Brandon blocks. Race Day's going to send it into Ascari. Brandon knows he's in the gravel. Race Day takes the lead. We know Brandon's going to have to send Parabolica here. But he's not even getting good slipstream. They're both probably using overtake mode. Brandon completely sends Race Day. And Brandon will come home as Jarrett goes towards the gravel again. Brandon will win the Italian Grand Prix. And that's still a fastest lap for race day, by the way. Logan never did get it. Well, he's still on. I don't know if he's on track to get it, but he's still trying to get it. He's definitely not on track. He's literally off track. So there you go. Brandon wins the Italian Grand Prix. He really sent race day there and forced his hand. I don't know how we're going to call that. Probably going to call that a Brandon win. Yeah, he instantly messaged me asking if that was going to count. The race will, or that finish there will be under review. Yeah, Brandon's trying to defend himself, saying that, let's see here, race day 121. Race day still gets the fastest lap. But anyway, he says, do I get to keep my P1? Race day cut me off many times. Probably going to end the stream and review it, because that was a very scuffed last lap. I'm going to go ahead and put in the chat that, race day gets the fastest lap there, and that finishes under review. So, thanks for watching, guys. That was, I don't know who watched. I don't know if anybody messaged. I didn't even check, or in the chat. But, whoever did, if anybody did, I hope you enjoyed. That was pretty fun, especially Canada. It was wild at Canada. But, I hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll try and bring more production value to these commentating stuff, like me commentating in general and graphics. I want to be like Matt Amos and make remake F1 graphics and be able to use them in my own thing. And most people use them in videos. I would probably use them in videos also, but I would also use them in streams like this. But got to end the stream so I can review that finish. I'll probably let you know at least the next stream next week who actually won. We'll find out. But hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all